So as you see, like front and center, they're telling you this is a different developer because it's a completely different kind of game. Uh, Honestly, I was surprised to even see an option menu. I don't think that was very common in older games.
The clans tell tales of him.
It's mostly just volume adjustments, but still something.
He was mortal once, as were we all. However, his contempt for humanity drove him to create me and my brethren. I am Raziel, firstborn of his lieutenants. I stood with Kain and my brethren at the dawn of the Empire. I have served him a millennium. Over time, we became less human and more divine. Kain would enter the state of change and emerge with a new gift. Some years after the Master, our evolution would follow. Until I had the honor of surpassing my lord.
Oh, that's cute.
For my transgression, I earned a new kind of reward. Agony.
He just turned his wings into a blanket.
There was only one possible outcome. My eternal damnation. I, Raziel, was to suffer the fate of traitors and weaklings, to burn forever in the bowels of the Lake of the Dead. Cast him in. Tumbling, burning with white-hot fire, I plunged into the depths of the abyss. Unspeakable pain, relentless agony. Time ceased to exist. Only this torture and a deepening hatred of the hypocrisy that damned me to this hell. An eternity passed, and my torment receded, bringing me back from the precipice of madness. The descent had destroyed me, and yet I lived.
Yeah, that is weird. All his clothes burned off except his shoes and his cape that magically floated back down.
I know you, Raziel. You are worthy.
Look at those freaking calves.
What madness is this? What pitiful form is this that I have come to inhabit? Death would be a release next to this travesty.
You did not survive the abyss, Raziel. I have only spared you from total dissolution.
I would choose oblivion over this existence.
The choice is not yours.
I am destroyed.
You are reborn. The birth of one of Kain's abominations traps the essence of life. It is this soul that animates the corpse you lived in. And that, Raziel, is the demise of Nosgoth. There is no balance. The souls of the dead remain trapped. I cannot spin them in the wheel of fate. They cannot complete their destinies. Redeem yourself. Or if you prefer, avenge yourself. Settle your dispute with Kain. Destroy him and your brethren. Free their souls, and let the wheel of fate churn again. Use your hatred to reave their souls. I can make it possible. Become my Soul Reaver.
Dialogue's screwing up a bit here.
Angel of
Guess you just can't win. The PC version had screwed up cutscenes, like it would chop in and out when they were talking there. This one's doing it in game. I might be able to do something with the emulator settings. I did have to change a few things to make Kain run because the HUD was blacking out. So if I save right now, I might be able to try out another preset. Or I'll save state and load even quicker. We'll be right back. Let's see. No, I never actually beat Oblivion. The game has a lot of balancing issues, even on the lowest difficulty. I feel like I just run into high-level monsters and I didn't build my character right, or I just get my ass kicked. The, off-screen drawing, buffer minimum. Cool. We'll try fast. That should alleviate stuttering, right? 1440, 900. It tries to scale. I think it just does too much. And then Skyrim has the issue of not scaling enough. I think the enemies all stop once you get to level 50 or something. But you can level infinitely, so you can still just be way stronger than them. I never gave Morrowind a fair chance. It's not like I'm not into classic RPGs. I just thought it was kind of jarring that I'd swing at a guy and it would tell me that I missed. The store page says this game boasts 60 hours of content,
these gates twist
but
space,
if
laying
you
a
rush through the story, it's only 13, so I don't know how long this is actually going to take us. Depends how interesting all that side content is, I guess. This is a portal? Spells can be fun.
You are weak. You must feed.
The old hunger has left me. I have no desire.
Eyebrows twitching.
You are changed. Your bloodthirst is replaced by a deeper need. You have become a devourer of souls. To sustain your strength, you must hunt the lost spirits of the underworld and consume the souls of your enemies.
Huh. Looks like we're full there. Jump feels a bit stiff. Well, that would require a sewing kit, I'm afraid. And since I'm the only one who's dexterous enough to thread the needle, that means a lot of work for me. Hold L1. Okay.
Your wings, though ruined, are not without...
I want the Sharpie wash off.
Take hold of them as you leap, and they will carry you across this chasm.
Or the ink would at least get into the water and stain your other clothes while it's washing. It doesn't come off entirely.
What scabrous wretches are these?
Shua, the scavengers of the underworld.
Oh, they're so adorable.
Has claimed countless souls, spirits who now shall never find their rest.
R1 to auto face.
You have much to learn, Raziel. When you are ready, this barrier will be dissolved.
When I'm ready? What do you want me to do, guy? Man doesn't want to fight no more. Do I eat him? Oh my god! Like Luigi's Mansion. That was all underwater, I guess. That's what this is supposed to be. Not making a little splash effect or anything. The controls are a bit awkward, but you can tell they're trying their damnedest. Just like Metal Gear Solid.
These portals are your conduit between the spectral and material realms. With their aid, you may gather matter and will yourself to become manifest in the physical world. This is taxing, however. Your strength must first be fully restored. You require no conduit to return to this plane. You may abandon your physical body at any time.
Press select.
Sustain your strength to prolong your manifestation in the physical world. If you fail to feed or absorb too many wounds, this fragile matter will dissolve.
He's doing the robot. Aw, man, look at those seams everywhere. I hope that's just an emulator issue.
You are young yet, Raziel. You still retain many of your...
I'll fiddle with it more later, see if I can get it to look
Immersion
better.
in water, while not fatal, will dissolve your physical body, forcing your return to the spirit world. Be aware that in the spectral realm, water has neither heft nor lift. It stands as thin as air.
Well, I wanted to see, like, to what degree it would kill me. Would it just, you know, like, checkpoint me back to before I even fell in and just say, no, don't go in water, those are pits? Or would it burn me over time, like in the last game? It looked like it just took a big chunk of my health and forgot about it.
Your efforts are futile, Raziel. Such objects are but shadows in the spirit world.
Oh, it put me in the spirit world. I didn't even notice. Color scheme completely changed. And select this. So it looks like they have his upper body and his legs on two different animation rigs. That's probably why his idol looks so weird. When you're locked on, his upper body just kind of stays still and looks at the enemy while his legs do whatever. it kind of leads to him doing like a spore dance when he's in combat mode.
What are these creatures?
Do you not recognize them? They are the children of your brother, Duma.
That's impossible.
They're eating him.
These could not be kin of our high blood.
And then they're gonna eat me.
You suppose the time...
Oh my god.
Much has changed since you passed from the world of men.
I knew my opponent's weaknesses, having suffered them myself. Physical
They
wounds
don't close
inflicted.
their mouths.
Vampire's immortal flesh begins to close as soon as it is cleaved. Vampires need only fear those wounds that impale or inflame. Water scorches like acid, and fledglings are devastated by sunlight's touch. I would have to modify my tactics to suit my foes.
Grapple. Bro. Oh my god. Yeah, that's probably why Kain got so jealous of the wings. You can't smell good, you might as well... You at least have to look good. If Raziel looks cooler than everyone else, that's an issue. Grapple. There we go.
Unfettered from the flesh, a creature's soul fades swiftly into the spectral realm. Draw it in quickly, Raziel, or you will be compelled to follow. Your physical prowess surpasses what you knew in life. Even massive obstacles can be moved effortlessly.
So, if I understand the combat right, I have to execute them with the environment. I can't just kill them myself, if they're vampires at least. Kind of interesting. I played enough Dark Messiah and Bulletstorm to be down with environmental kills. Spears and stuff or torches, so I get weapons. I don't suppose I have to go into the spirit world here. I can go into water. What's this? So if I find a weapon that I like, I'll have to toss out whatever I was using before. I guess it helps get rid of the menu clunk. You never have to open one. Doesn't seem like I can get in there. Un momento.
Stop. I work with brought me cat food. This is all wet food. I don't know. I think they're all just like wet food. Okay. Yeah, because his cat's like a picky eater and it won't eat this. This is like good shit too. It's racial array, nourish. Oh, where do you want it?
Go for it.
There.
Yeah. Okay, I see where to go. That was kind of blending in with the environment while I was in the spirit world. Everything's just got that green-blue hue to it. Now, when I was a kid, I used to put on layers of underwear to, like, wrestle with my brother. Because I was always afraid he was going to hit me in the nuts. So I was like, okay, if I'm wearing 5 pairs of underwear, it won't hurt. And you know what? It worked. We just got a lot more sweaty. I had a luchador mask that I'd wear with it, too.
My God! The sanctuary of the clans reduced to ruin. Beyond these walls lay the pillars of Nosgoth, the seat of Kain's empire. How humble it now appeared, collapsing into the dust of its former magnificence. And yet, I had only just emerged. In the instant between my execution and resurrection, centuries had apparently passed.
This world is wrecked with cataclysms. The earth strains to shrug off the pestilence of Kain's parasitic empire. The fate of this world was preordained in an instant by a solitary man. Unwilling to martyr himself to restore Nosgoth's balance, Kain condemned the world to the decay you see. In that moment, the unraveling began. Now it is nearly played out. Nosgoth teeters on the brink of collapse. Its fragile balance cannot hold.
There we go. I'm sorry? Like, I think I get what you're saying. Use it to, like, hide the Mornwood. I understand, I guess. Even when it's super hot in my room, I just want to sleep naked. I freaking keep a big blanket over my crotch at least in case someone walks into my room. I think I'll just leave this man alone. Oh. I have, like, a big diaper sheet for my bed that I keep under my sheets just in case, because, when my cat, he gets pissed off, he'll just, he'll pee on stuff. Let you know something's wrong. But he won't ever show you. He won't pee near what he doesn't like or anything. He just puts it somewhere where you'll notice. And then the guessing game starts.
This, at least, had remained constant. The endlessly swirling vortex of the abyss, my tomb, and the womb of my rebirth. Though much of Nosgoth's landscape had changed, these cliffs gave me my bearings. My clan territory was to the west. I was anxious to see how my descendants had fared during the centuries of my absence.
There we go. Can I relight this on that pyre over there? You're just holding on to the stick for fun. Hell yeah. I put this down. That works. I don't think I've ever done anything too crazy while I sleep, but my brother gets night terrors all the time. He'll get up and start yelling shit and then go back to sleep with no recollection of it. I do occasionally wake up with, like, scratches on parts of me, but it happens very rarely. These are like human claw marks. It's creepy. Oh, if I had, there's no evidence of it on my underwear. Probably because I'm using the boxer shorts and they're not tight. Get some dried semen on my leg instead.
Desolation. My once proud kin wiped from this world like excrement from a boot. I knew the hand that wrought this deed.
Dang it. I want to throw him in that. Torch over here. This is kind of interesting. Like Dead Rising in a way. Yeah, pretty much. I have to keep my socks on, though. I feel so scared when my toes are exposed. I don't know why that is. Just can't sleep if I don't have my feet covered. Oh, you know what? I lied. I used to get, sleep paralysis all the time because my bed was broken and I didn't have the money to replace it for several years. So I was just sleeping with my back in a really awkward position. And it didn't feel terrible to lay on, but it had to have been screwing me up. So pretty much have waking nightmares. It still happens occasionally, it's just not as consistent. I think it was definitely the bed ruining my life. If I wake up, maybe halfway through a sleep cycle and I go back to sleep, I'll usually have agency over that next dream, and that can sometimes lead to just an awake experience. Yeah, I got myself a new bed as soon as I got a job. And I have never felt better. The old bed was like 10 years old at that point when it was broken. Push this? Or is it a compass? Oh, there's a lever. Yeah, thank you for speaking up, man. I don't usually have an audience. And it's always nice when people do pop in. It's a lot easier to keep this interesting than having to talk to myself. For the most part, I'm an open book, so I'll talk about a lot of weird shit with people if they want to.
Please!
I didn't recognize these flayed racks of flesh. Their scent was vampiric. They gnawed upon their victim's carcass like dogs.
be more diligent about collecting those souls after I kill the guy. Blue flame. The whole going to the spirit world thing after you die seems like a bit of a pace breaker at the moment. I'm sure they'll build on it later. Right now it's pretty much just go backtrack, find the point, and then go back to what you're doing. Maybe once they add enemies to the spirit world, things will be different. You alive? Oh, that was a human, I think. I murdered him.
This charnel house bore the unmistakable marks of Melchiah's clan. To what depths had our dynasty plummeted if these ghouls were the descendants of my high-born brother? Were they so debased as to recruit fledglings from the desiccated corpses here interred?
It comes back if I take my weapon back. That kinda sucks. Maybe I have to eat his soul first. Yeah, that's how you do it. With the sick-ass necromancer staff. I wish there was a button for first-person camera so I could look above me. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do with the block at the moment. Go.
My brother Melchiah was made last, and therefore received the poor
There is.
Kain's gift.
I'll have to press more buttons.
It could not sustain the flesh, which retained much of its previous human frailty. This weakness, it seemed, was passed on to his offspring. Their fragile skins barely contained the underlying decay.
Not Y, X, A, B, R, L, bumpers, E-bag button. D-pads for movement is PS1. Sticks don't do anything. Menu. Doesn't look like I can aim yet, at least. Maybe once I get, like a projectile weapon, maybe? Yes, man. Yeah, Y definitely doesn't do anything at the moment. Just how I execute guys. Throw things. Maybe when I'm holding a weapon. No. He walks funny when I hold R2. The triggers are the camera, and then the bumpers are the lock-on, I guess. It makes them walk stupid, and the other one's sneak. Hold them. Holy shit, you got it, bro. Got a message from a friend. There's a chance he decided to come here after work. We might get cut this a bit early if that's the case, or it's been 2 hours, not a terribly long stream. Yeah, my friend's coming over in a few minutes. I gotta go unlock the door for him, but we'll keep going until he shows up. The Trunks link. I saw stars in the chat. That's probably a censored link. You can whisper it to me, maybe? I just don't want people, like, sending scam sites or viruses, and I didn't put a lot of work into what's whitelisted except for, like, YouTube and Instagram and shit. Imgur. Oh, this is my cat, by the way. Door's open, so he decided to pay me a visit. His name's Beans. He likes to watch video games. He sits right in front of the screen. Alright, so we unlocked a new portal. This is probably as good as place as any to save and you know, put on some deodorant so I don't scare my friend away. It was nice talking to you, Spunky. This is where we're ending it for today. I can see you tomorrow, maybe.